Hello, everyone. Welcome to Art Friends. We're your friends who like art. I'm Coen. We're as always joined by Coda.
That is
Well, that's
me.
not
I am
always.
Coda.
No, Coda's always on the episode. He has never missed one.
Definitely.
He's always been here since the
Inaccurate
beginning.
information.
No, it's
I'm sorry, I'm
100%
just
true.
a hater.
And we also have Opalia, who has
We
a
do?
problem with Coda apparently.
Yay. We're
Coen was
all
just
here.
confused.
Coda, Coen, and Opalia doing a thing.
Coco O.
Yes.
So Coda, what are we talking about today?
What are we talking about? Well, we're not really talking about something as
What?
much as we are being asked things by the internet. In fact, we're answering questions that we weren't asked.
What? Coda, isn't that rude?
It is. But we're going to
Gee.
do it anyways because it's funny. So, to elaborate on what exactly I mean, basically, Coen, Opalia, and I all scoured the internet on Yahoo Questions and whatever other question sites there are to find the funniest art-related questions. Now, granted, some of these are like a decade old and were asked at the dawn of the internet, but they're still funny, timeless questions.
Yes.
But we found some really funny art-related questions, and we're going to give them to each other and attempt to answer them.
Yay.
All right, Coco O, our usual order. So, with that being said, I think we can just hop right into this, get to the meat and potatoes, and get our first Yahoo art-related question going. If you guys
Oh,
are
I
down.
love potatoes.
Potatoes.
I love meat. Hooray!
Together we could make meat and potatoes, Coda.
Yay! All right,
So Coda,
so
give us the first Yahoo question, please. Wait,
The
are we going to
first-
do it like Coda just asked me and then one that gets the answer, or
no, we're all going to discuss about it because the
Okay.
first one is a pretty deep question that I feel like is going to need some discussion. And
Okay.
that is this. Anonymous, it asked, can a car be considered art? Can they? I want to know for sure if they can be art.
Dang. That is a very deep question, actually. Because I guess you could count like industrial designs under that one. With like
Yeah, I mean, we gotta tell Anonymous because they want to know for sure if they can be art. So, what do you guys think cars can be considered art?
yeah, for sure.
I say so.
I mean,
People can also freaking draw on cars, and most cars have like cool stickers.
exactly. I think cars are art, and you can actually like make your card. Your card. Oh, good job, Opalia. You can make your car like very what shall I call it? Personalized. Personalized. Haha! I can English.
Customized car giveaway, satisfying. Yeah.
$10,000 customized car giveaway.
Coda, that just hurt me.
No, please.
But what do you guys think? Can cars in and of themselves be considered art?
Yes, because they had to be designed one day.
This
So-
is true.
Yeah.
Well, Coda,
they
you sound
are-
like a child like show, which is like, so would a car be considered a piece of art? Well, this is
Yes.
true, children.
Can a car be? So
I feel
yeah,
like
but I think anything that's ever made ever is art because it had to be conceptualized and executed. Like even like machinery, I think is art because
I mean-
otherwise, where do you draw the line?
it is like I feel like so like engineers are also a type of artist, you know, because they have a certain thing and they design stuff for it, and they're really good
Right.
at it, and they even draw their designs out.
Are engineers just character designers? More to that in the next episode.
Yeah. Are
But-
plumbers actually freaking no? Are plumbers actually fine artists?
I mean, that could be looked at in a way, because if we said that everything is art and they understand pipes and whatever the mechanics of pipes enough to edit them better than anyone else, that could be considered art. Or it could be like the equivalent of like deviant art, like changing the eye color of the OC. Like people who are like mechanics and plumbers just change the thing the other person drew.
Did Coda just indirectly say that DeviantArt is?
Did I justify DeviantArt by saying that they're basically mechanics?
This episode is already
Cursed.
Yeah.
So, in conclusion, to answer Anonymous's question, I think it was a pretty easy question to answer that, yeah, cars are art, because anything that's made at one point has to be conceptualized and executed, and has to have some creativity put into it. And if cars aren't art, where would you draw the line, right?
By the way, if a car has like art on it, would it be considered a cart?
Hey Coda, what do you think about like not having Opalia on the podcast?
Honestly, if it would avoid this pain in my chest from having heard that, I'd be fine with it.
Good.
Just giving you physical pain by making jokes.
Oh well.
But do you think
resume.
we answered Anonymous's question? Because he wanted
so.
to know for sure if they can be art.
As soon as you brought this up, I got like freaking PTSD from that one Steven Zapata video where he just freaking starts about like, oh, what is drawing? And then it just ends at like everything is art, nothing special. So that's fun.
That's kind of true though. Everything is art and nothing is special. Dang, my heart. No. But cars.
Depression intensifies the only thing I like is now literally everything and not special. No, it's not the only thing I like.
All right, Coen. Since we've answered Anonymous's question from 10 years ago about can cars be art, that he's been waiting 10 years for us to answer. Sorry for the late reply. Would you like to give your question for us?
Yeah, sure. Freaking, who likes art? Who am I asks who likes art?
All right, who am I asked who likes art? And they elaborate by saying art.
Art.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So, all right. So, who am I is curious. Who even likes art?
Yeah.
Like, does anybody actually like it?
No.
This is already one of the most depressing episodes. And we're answering Yahoo questions. This is supposed to be the funny one. No.
It's like me. I'm the funny one, but everybody gets depressed whenever I say something.
Oof.
Yeah, totally.
That made me sad. Anyways, who does like art? In fact, let's first off settle who in here likes art. Do all three of us like art? It's fine. I mean, I wouldn't like devote my life to it or anything, but it's fine.
Yeah. I didn't listen.
Oh, wait, dang, I already did devote my life to it.
Anyways, who likes art is kind of not really a good question, because in a way everybody likes art, since
because
everything can be considered art. Music can be considered art. As soon as you like music, you like art.
But let's technically everything's art, but let's narrow our view a little to where only like the things that are considered creative nowadays in our society.
Music.
So are we narrowing down to music, drawing, painting, like what?
Yep, music. Like,
but then still everybody would like art.
Yeah.
I feel like there's art is the lens. It's basically artists interpret the world to capture a feeling. And I feel like half the time people like art way more than they like actual reality, because it captures a feeling and emotion way more than what they actually see.
Anime intensifies what?
Also, I do not know if you remember that meme, but art without the Earth without art is just a.
Canadians are probably happy.
That's true. I feel like we should reverse this question and say everyone likes art, but who just likes the Earth? Like, come on.
Yeah.
This is even more depressing because it reminds me of freaking global warming.
Art is people's escape from the Earth. Everyone likes art because they don't like the Earth.
Dang.
So, but I feel like the answer to who likes art in this case was just like a question like, let me know in the comments which one of you likes art. But looking at it in a deeper sense, I think everyone likes art more so than they like the world around them, and that's why art even exists in the first place.
Yes.
Art
Anyways,
is cool.
I think
Art
we
is
can.
cool. To summarize it, who am I to answer your question?
It's one
Most
decade ago.
Everyone likes art in one way or another. And if we redefine art as everything, like we did earlier, then everyone likes art unless you're just like the most peeved person in existence.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, even people that are like super pessimistic and super depressed still listen to like depressing music. So
yeah. If you're like if you're a teenager who's like, oh, I hate everything, and then you turn on My Chemical Romance, you still like art. Like, yeah, I think we properly answered the question of who likes art with the answer of who doesn't like art, really.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Opalia, you got us to the next question. Let's do it.
Yes. Blind people and art is the question, and it's how do blind people and visually impaired people experience visual art? This is a more technical question, but since we all know.
Hey, Opalia, wouldn't it be helpful if, I don't know, you had closer relations to someone who was visually impaired and does art really well?
Haha,
That
funny
would be...
you ask because I actually do have one.
What? I didn't know that. Tell us about it.
Man, imagine my sister would be that. Man. Weird.
Dang.
SMH, dude. SMH.
I feel like this is also one of the most pretentious episodes.
How does your friend cope with it?
I don't have a friend that has it.
How did Coen said you knew somebody?
Yeah, my sister.
Yeah, but I just okay.
Coda just gave up. He will be gone for another 5 weeks.
How does your sister cope with it?
Well, since she is more visually impaired and not... Is impaired or impaled correct?
It's impaired.
Impaled means something very different.
Impaled means to be having something like, driven inside of something.
Oh!
You know, like kebab? Basically that.
Oh, Jesus. You have such a weird way of pronouncing that word.
Kebab.
Kebab. It's funny. Maybe it's just my German blood that is like, this is not correct.
Das ist nicht correct.
Exactly. Man, you just freaked up.
Sorry.
Anyways, how do visually impaired people see art? Well, they kind of can see it with their eyes. Like, it always depends. Like, you're already visually impaired as soon as you have like glasses on. But I think they're talking about like very visually impaired people.
Yeah. But
and
like, is this like talking about only like seeing it, or are they also talking about making it?
They're talking about making it, I believe.
Experiencing it, so I guess it's also making.
Yeah. And I think making is a more interesting question to answer.
Yeah. Imagine wanting to answer that question for like 3 times already and every time getting...
Just say it then.
Okay, so for example, my sister actually has like a magnifying table, you could say. Like, it's a big plate that magnifies stuff for her.
That's cool.
for traditional art, and she can pretty much like look through it and sees everything 10 times the size. So she can like clearly see what is on the table. But if it's, for example, digital art, she can just zoom in.
Dang.
Imagine.
Yeah.
That's why digital art is great, because you can, even people that are visually impaired can like use it.
Right. And I think that's interesting that visually impaired people can use mechanisms such as glasses or magnifying glasses or just really most types of glass to see art better, and that's how they would do it. However, there is so if we're talking about visually impaired people coping with their lack of eyesight to make art by using mechanisms to see it better, what about people who can't see at all or have never been able to see or born blind? How would they go about making visual art, and could they?
I mean, they are doing it by feeling. Like, they know where the canvas is, like, they can tell where it is after a while. Like, it's, for example, they have like a routine, and their house always has things staying at the same place so they can find it again, right? And that's the same with like art, when they are like, they have the canvas always at the same time, so they can kind of make out where what edge of the canvas is. And then they can pretty much go like with one of their fingers on the corner of the canvas and like kind of guess what they are drawing.
That's
But most
interesting.
of the time they are painting, because painting is easier to do when you don't see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right.
This might be off topic, but you know what I think is really interesting? If a person who has been blind all their life suddenly got eyesight again and then started
Well, it
drawing and
wouldn't be
painting,
again.
just take it as a thought experiment. Someone who has been live or
Who has
blind,
been live?
shut up. Someone who's been blind from like age 0 to 20
Mhm.
suddenly gains eyesight due to some new medication or technology or whatever,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
and they start drawing. I feel like they would be able to draw better than most people, because in the modern day and age, people have been very like iconography is very useful for recognizing stuff, but people draw. Another result of that is that people draw excruciatingly iconically. So when they would draw a face, they would draw a smiley. They wouldn't draw like just the shapes of the face, but badly. They would draw a smiley, and also badly. So that's what I think is interesting, because if you look at cave paintings, the shapes are either derivative of what they see, although they are very distorted versions, but they are still like they drew what they saw, and they didn't have any like iconography to mess that up.
Right. So you're
So I
saying
think that's interesting.
it would be a different mental state of
Yeah,
not having preconceptions, sorry, of certain rules, and they just get to draw the newly found shapes that they'd see.
exactly.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, that's a fun thought experiment. Uh, I'd have to think about it more. Right now, I don't have a good way to elaborate on it, so I might change the subject again,
Okay.
but I might bring it up later if I come up with a fun answer to it.
All right. For now, let's just move on to the next Yahoo
Well, I had
question.
one more thing I wanted to say about
Okay,
this.
what you want to say?
So here's the deal. When I've thought about this, I'll look at my whiteboard. I have a big whiteboard next to my setup, and I have a few markers, and I'll look at it, and I'll be like, I have this marker in my hand. Somewhere on that whiteboard, I can put marks with this marker to make the best drawing. Of course, that's in theory, but like a perfect perspective, perfect fundament, everything. Just I can make the best drawing. So here's the deal. I feel like blind people, in theory, it's the whole give a chimp a typewriter and eventually he'll write a novel. In theory, you could just close your eyes and put marks, and eventually you'll come out with a good drawing. So I feel like
Yeah.
there's not anything stopping blind people who are blind from birth from becoming amazing artists. There's only a lot of things they'd have to overcome that your average person doesn't.
For sure.
So, they could learn by feeling. They could try to memorize all the rules and then feel around and visualize it. However, they might go about doing that.
Or just smell
Blind
people.
people definitely can art. It's
Yeah.
just harder.
It's a lot harder. That's funny.
Have you? And this is on this subject. I'm curious. Have you guys ever accidentally drawn something way above your skill level just by getting lucky where you put the marks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
What
have.
I also wanted to say.
I get like unlucky, and I'm just like, oh, this is another. Good job, me.
What I also wanted to say is that with blind people, since they cannot see what they draw, they have much more fun probably doing it since they
Yeah.
cannot judge themselves.
And they can't compare themselves to others. Ha ha ha.
Oh yeah, because you can't feel 2D art.
But then again, this is all talking about visual arts, and I feel like music would be a lot easier for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would. Because here's the deal: each art form exploits a human sense. Visual
Yeah.
art, people realize, oh, this is what looks good to the eyes. I'm gonna exploit that and do it, and that's what it is. Music exploits your hearing, and so it's easier for people to make art for senses
I feel like
that they
exploiting
have.
is the wrong word. I would say utilizing, because that's exploiting makes it sound like a scam. Then again, all art is stolen, so it might as well be a scam.
Uh-huh.
But Jay, I can't wait for smell art to come out.
I'm sure it exists.
Is it cooking? Cooking is technically both smell
Cooking,
and taste.
that's taste art, but I guess technically cooking could be smell art.
No, soap art.
Or perfume, yeah. Perfume
Yeah,
and soap.
soap and perfume and stuff is. Oh yeah, perfume is smell art. I feel like there is an art to exploit every scent. I mean, sense.
And then there's feeling art, which are just those squishy toys.
I love how Coda had like that, it exploits every scent, and it was just like an accidental pun.
Anyhow, we got into a whole topic there. That's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. But yeah, I think it's just if you don't have the sense, you can't realize how to exploit it, and you can't. So it makes it a lot harder to do so. So
Yeah.
that's why blind people would have a lot harder time drawing than people who know what looks good.
This might just be me, but I feel like a cook who can't taste would be easier than an artist who can't see.
Possibly.
That might just be me.
I feel like you could rank senses based on importance, and sight is up there. I think sight might be most important in my eyes. No pun intended.
Oh my god.
So
there was definitely a pun intended, don't lie to us.
That was 100% intended.
Definitely. I do not believe you.
But yeah, I think if we did rank senses, maybe touch is most important, then sight comes after. But
why would you say touch is most important?
Because I feel like the sensation of pain and touch and feeling
because you can also not
sight.
feel like heat or coldness.
Right, touch is
I would
much more
rather,
important thing.
personally, I'd rather keep my sight and lose my touch.
I mean, if you can see
I would rather
and
have touch.
feel, that's okay. But if you cannot see and also not feel, that kind of makes it hard.
Well, I think we're deciding one or the other. Like, if you can see and not feel, is that better than not being able to feel while also seeing? Wait, no, I got that reversed. Either way,
if you can see and not feel, that's okay. But if you can not feel and not see, you could only hear.
Well, if you could
and
not...
you wouldn't know, like, for example, where a wall is because you just couldn't feel it. You would know that there's like no way to go further, but would you really know?
Would you rather, if you had to lose either your touch or sight, which one would you rather lose?
Touch.
Touch.
I would rather lose sight.
Okay.
If I wouldn't feel touch, I wouldn't need a freaking fan right now.
If I wouldn't feel touch, I could lean on a grill and not know it's still hot.
Yeah, but you can. Yeah, that's fair. Then again,
I'm
feel
just
like
saying, I feel like touch is incredibly important.
Then
I
again,
feel like
touch
you
is
would
important
hear.
for like human interactions, like shaking
Yeah.
your hands.
I
Yeah,
feel like you
Stuff
would be
like
able to hear.
blind people and art. How do visually impaired people experience visual art? We kind of went on a tangent there, but hopefully there's an answer in there somewhere.
Somewhere.
The answer is with help, like with magnifying glasses or just digital art. And blind
Yeah.
people just do it.
They
They
just
just
can.
do it.
And
Alright.
how they can see it is pretty much by audio description or a magnifying like app on their phone. So put in audio descriptions if you want to.
Yes.
post
Alright.
You underestimate my laziness.
Honestly, I'm underestimating my own laziness. Continued, guys.
That's deep.
So,
Anyhow.
is it my turn for the next question?
Wow, that was too epic. Cannot comprehend it.
Boom, boom, boom.
Is it my
The
turn though?
next question in the round is from Coda Bear Monson. Coda
And
cannot
in the
comprehend.
podcast corner, we have Coda's next question.
Just post a
so
question.
the next question is
Our
it comes from
penguins
once
think.
again anonymous. It says, "I draw pretty good. I continue? Should I continue drawing?"
No, stop.
That's a no-brainer. Continue. Don't never stop. If you stop drawing for 5 minutes, you will lose all of your abilities. Never stop, never stopping. Keep drawing, keep improving, and most of all, keep having fun, keep communicating, keep sharing emotions. Do it. You go at it. I believe in you, Anonymous. I support you wholeheartedly. This was posted 8 years ago. You're probably like a pro artist by now. But
Turns out that was like Cynics or something.
Mark Burnett. How do you know that I've been watching like a freak ton of Cynics recently?
Maybe it was the person that we will have as a secret guest next week. Haha! Be
Haha.
prepared.
Oh snap.
Dang, is this a teaser?
Yes.
Big fun guest coming. Anyways, well, what do you guys think? If this person's even debating not continuing art, that means they're not enjoying it. So should they still continue?
Honestly,
No, he
I
asked
Or
if
feel
he
like
does
should continue.
I feel like this
here's the
is
dilemma. They, in their words, they draw pretty good. So, I think if you have built up some skill in something, and then you no longer feel a want or desire to do it, well, that's a dilemma. Are you like, well, I that would be a waste of so much time if I don't continue with it, but I no longer have a passion for it. Should I just stick it out and continue with the skills I've gathered up, or should I just leave everything and go with something else?
Conda, you're reading too deep into this. I feel like this is just like a 10-year-old posting
Yeah,
like,
it's
yeah,
just
I'm
like a
pretty
child
good.
asking
You
themselves.
guys think I
Guys,
should continue?
the question "Who likes art?" got the most existential crisis I'm sure a lot of the viewers have ever had. So I feel like we can read into this.
Yeah.
Should we though? It's literally just a child asking if
Right.
they should continue art.
What do you guys think? It does building up a skill in something mean you kind of should continue doing it even if you don't love it anymore, or is it okay
If
to
you
just
don't
stop
like
doing
it anymore, you probably won't improve at it either.
Yeah,
Really,
just
just do it if you like it.
if you feel like it's really nothing for you, like if you don't come back to it, even though you haven't done it in like 3 years, maybe it's not your cup of tea. But if you think about doing art and you're like, man, I love drawing still, then continue, dude. That's it. Nothing more. Next question.
Wait, when I wanted to bring up something. When I think about this of, well, you've built up this empire, you've built up this great skill at something, but yet you don't love it anymore, would it be a waste to just leave it behind and move on? I like to think about it as there are some great businessmen in American history, such as John Jacob Astor, for example, who made a fortune selling furs. He sold fur hats, coats, whatever. And then when he was like 70 years old, he was like, nah, I don't want to sell furs anymore. I'm going to go into real estate. And then made even more money doing real estate. He sold off all his fur companies and made a ton of money doing real estate when he was 70.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? Of all people who talk about fur, it was Coda.
That can't be a coincidence, I think.
Yeah.
John Jacob Astor was the founder of furries, confirmed.
Confirmed.
I wanted to say that same joke. How dare you?
Here's the deal. Astor used his previous knowledge, what he had learned from selling furs, to become an amazing businessman in real estate and own most of the land in New York. So I feel like no matter what you do, it's not a waste of time as long as it's like productive. So if
as long as you're having fun with it, really.
Yeah, because that's what life's all about, is enjoying life. Otherwise, if you're not religious, then life has no purpose except to have fun.
That's depressing.
I mean, it's true.
I had to think about that one for a second.
Dude.
So if you're not enjoying what you're doing, go do something else, because that's what life is all about. I like a quote from Hobo Johnson. He goes,
"Who in the world is that again? Man,
What?
you younglings with your new people."
No, he's just American, Opalia.
Oh, I see.
He just goes, we here to chill and have fun. I mean, isn't that what it's all about?
What's
and
a
I was
hobo?
like, yeah, that is what it's all about. So if you're not enjoying doing something, don't do it. If you're working a dead-end job, and you don't like it, quit the job and go do something else.
Maybe don't quit the job when you really, really, really need that money and don't have another job in the back of your head.
I say take risks, but don't be dumb, is the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am moderately annoyed by the fact that I have to listen to my mom. Guess I won't.
To answer Anonymous's question, you draw pretty good. Should you continue? Do you want to continue? I mean, you already made that choice by now, since it's 8 years ago you asked this question. But, I mean, if you want to continue doing something, do it. If you don't.
If someone is in the state of that person, think to yourself, do you like art? Maybe continue it.
Yep. It doesn't matter if you already built up skill in something, just go do something else if you don't like it anymore. Alright. Going down the list, now that we've answered your question, let's get another question up in here. Alright,
Hey.
Coen. You
in
found
the left
another
corner we
question
have Coen! Sorry.
Yes, it is. We have too many corners. This is going to be the 5th corner in this square.
The 5th corner in the square.
Not anymore if it's 5.
Coda, please do that in one of your perspective studies.
Draw a 5-cornered square? That's not a square anymore.
That's a contradiction, dude.
Whoa, look at this 4-cornered triangle.
Whoa, dude.
Someone in the background's just like, that's a square, right? And they're like, no way.
Bro, this triangle has no corners.
That's a circle.
Shape design with Coda and Opalia.
And someone told me that I do not know shape language, SMH.
We need to have Ryan Pallet on and just talk about nonsense.
Oh, Jesus.
So, Ryan, how do you think you can effectively use the 5-sided circle in illustrations?
You mean a pentagon?
No, pentagon is 6.
You mean a 5-agon?
5-agon. Hexagon was 6, right?
Imagine if triangles were called 3-agons.
3-agon. Imagine if my parents were called parents-agon. No.
Oh, dang.
Oh no.
Let's continue.
By the way, So if my child is transgender, would I be considered a transparent?
Let's continue with the next question.
I can just hear the pain Coda's right now going through.
No, the pain is because I just pictured like someone giving birth to like a Minecraft slime cube, and then
What?
Coda, keep your fantasies out.
No,
Fantasies out
but
of the
I'm
podcast.
saying like
No,
the
I'm stopping it
the
here.
child itself has like the same transparency to where it's just like
A gelatinous
bouncy and
cube.
like gelatinous.
This is the most cursed episode.
It
really is.
I can't catch the baby. Wait, what's happening? It's bouncing off the walls.
Oh, I dropped the baby. Oh, there it goes. It hit the ceiling and it's going back and forth now.
Nurse, where's the baby? Well, it's on the walls the last time I checked.
I dropped the baby. Oh, there. Oi, 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 oi.
This episode is so cursed. What happened?
The speed paint needs to be a freaking transparent bouncing baby.
By the way, who's doing
Opalia,
this?
you know what to do.
Oh, okay. I'm flustered from talking about that. So
It's
basically,
you who thought about it, my dear.
Coen, give us our next Yahoo question so we can change the
Sure.
subject.
So, I think
You were having a gunpoint.
a thing I really like about these Yahoo questions is that they're really deep questions you can look into a lot, but they're asked in the dumbest way, and I feel like this is the epitome of that. Deanna asks, how does art can help us in everyday life?
I kind of understand why on that website they had the freaking video with the how is pregnant formed.
How does art can help us in everyday life? And she elaborates by once again saying art.
This is also a decade ago, guys. What the hell?
Yeah, these are old. There are not a lot of art questions asked.
They are older than my depression, dude.
So, how does art help us in everyday life? Does it help us? What if this is all useless and the entertainment has no purpose?
How does art can help us in everyday life? For example, when you listen to music or something like that while cleaning your room, that's already art helping you in life. But we also established that, for example, cars are art. So a car that helps you go somewhere is art, and you're going somewhere. So it's helping you to go somewhere.
Yes.
Wow, explanation 10 out of 10. Should be an
Yeah,
art professor.
I think I get what you're saying is art is innovation, and innovation helps us in day-to-day life, such as cars and stuff. However, I think for the purposes of this question, we should narrow it down to entertainment.
Sure.
Things like
So we're
drawings, paintings,
entertained.
animations, sculptures, whatever.
It's literally just
not even.
entertainment.
Yeah, it is entertainment, and what it is it's an escape. That's and how I talked about earlier about the question, who likes art? My personal answer is art is just a better reality. Who doesn't like art? And I feel like that's what that is for a lot of people, is it helps people by letting them escape the bad reality into a better one.
Jesus! This episode has so many, like...
It's so deep, yet so cursed. Remember when Coda was a bear? Then he actually, back when he didn't try to hide his persona?
Oh man, that was a time.
That was a time.
So,
actually, everything was a time once.
What do you think, Coen? Can't art help us in everyday life?
Oh yes, like literally. Everyone listening, look around your room right now and try to find something that wasn't designed or illustrated by an artist. I literally don't even have to look to my site or anything to find a freaking mouse pad with a logo on it. Or like literally logos, graphic design, that's art. That's literally art. Billboards, you know?
Yes.
Billboards filled with art. Advertisements filled with art. Toys most of the time made by artists.
Writing
in a
I
way
didn't-
is also art.
Everything's made by artists. Like, I have a keyboard in my room right now that at one point was a sketch when it was being conceptualized.
Yeah,
And without the people who could sketch that, it probably wouldn't have turned out as good. So that helped me have a better keyboard.
exactly.
Keyboard flexor.
Keyboard foot.
Big flicks.
It was beautiful.
Thank you.
But yeah, for example, also games are like art. For example, Dungeons
Yeah.
and Dragons is like a very artsy game, or like just card games or Monopoly, stuff like that.
Yeah. Which is once again escaping to a better reality and making people enjoy life more, which, as I established, isn't that what it's all about?
Life is never enjoyable. You just
Jesus
suffer.
Christ.
I would debate that strongly.
Yeah. If you think about it, nature and animals can be considered art with like environment and creature design.
But in the end, we
Uh,
just eat and kill them. Jesus!
Okay.
Brain!
What is with you today? Gosh darn it.
Oh
I
man.
feel like Opalia is becoming angsty again.
I'm turning 14, so this is deeper.
What?
But yeah, how does art help us in everyday life? Art helps us in everything, really. I mean, it gives people an escape, it makes new things, it's like the foundation of everything is creativity and art.
Damn.
This is my brain. Yes.
Alright, Opalia, hit us with that question.
Well, actually, that question is asked by a good friend of ours.
Oh?
That's not a Yahoo question. Did you not prepare Yahoo questions?
Wait, I'm interested.
I didn't prepare, I was too lazy.
Gee,
Okay, in my defense, I was making waffles, and it was very important that I eat some waffles today. Because if I wouldn't make the waffles, I
Relatable,
wouldn't
I
have
see.
eaten waffles.
yeah, this makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
Logical,
exactly.
logical.
Yeah.
So what question did a friend of ours ask?
Someone
Opal,
asked, what are your goals for art?
what are your goals for art? Alright,
I
that's
have
a
thought
good
about
question.
this so much. Like,
Maybe
and
we can
I'm like,
change the question up to what are goals for art?
Yeah, what are our goals for art? Us three.
I want to drop.
I can tell.
What?
No. No.
If you're able to tell that I want to draw freaking by drawing a goblin girl that is the most wholesome thing in the world, how?
like, you know what's my problem?
Tell us.
It's that I have so many freaking reasons that I like art that I just can't come to a concrete one. Because I like creating stuff, I like sharing my art with people, I like seeing other people's art, I like doing it with other people, I like making people happy with it, I like making worlds, creatures, monsters, whatever. I like drawing as a feeling in general. I think it's really relaxing. I think it's fun. And it's exploring designs and stuff, and it's super fun. There's too many fun things to it, so I can't come to a concrete answer.
I love how you just sounded so, like, disinterested the whole time.
Thanks.
What?
Well, that's
Me
what it
or
means,
Coen?
right?
The topic I am most passionate about in my life, Opalia says I'm disinterested.
No, I never said that you're disinterested. I said that you kind of sound like it.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
it's because your throat is
dang.
sore.
Yeah,
I think
You should
that's
drink something.
probably.
Poor Coda. Sorry.
No, it's fine. What are our goals with art? I think that there's two different ways of kind of looking at this, and that's some people art to art, and some people art to get to a greater cause for them personally. What they like, they have a goal, and then they use art to get there. And some people
Mhm.
have their goal is to art because it makes them happy and it makes other people happy, and that is their goal, to bring joy to others.
I mean,
So
All I wanna do is make you happy.
All I wanna do is see you turn into a giant woman. Sorry.
What?
What? We were singing Mika.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I do not know Micah, I will continue calling him Micah until you stop talking about him as long as I do not know him.
I'm going to cry now.
Same.
So
Let's cry together while listening to Linkin Park.
Linkin Park, they do like this look at this photograph, right? Yeah.
Look at this
I'm gonna go home,
photograph.
turn on Radiohead, and have a good cry. What are my goals with art? I feel like my goal with art is because I'm religious, right? I'm a Christian.
You want to draw Jesus?
Maybe that too. Who knows where life will take me? But one day I might end up
Coda.
doing that.
I feel like your final art piece, like in your entire life, will be just the perfect face, and it's Jesus.
Oh, that's sweet to think about.
Yeah.
But I think my goal in life is right what the Bible says, and it's evangelism. It's bringing joy to others, whatever you want to call it. And my goal is to use art to get there because that's what I have a passion for. So I have an end goal, which is to reach the most amount of people I can. That could mean making a show, that could mean making a company, that could mean whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to reach the most amount of people I can for purposes beyond art itself.
Dude, I just realized something.
Yes.
No, wait, I forgot it.
I relate.
Wait, I just had it. No.
But you know what's the thing? Every time I listen to people explain their articles, I'm just like, yeah, same.
Yeah. But one thing I wanted to say to Coda is that I already enjoy your art.
Oh,
Yay!
me too.
I enjoy both of your art. It brings me so much happiness.
Ooh, the reverse card.
It was, and I think I played it pretty effectively because I got an awe.
First episode turned wholesome.
Oh, I just got a YouTube notification. Film theory. You'll never be happy. Thanks.
Well, I think that's a perfect way to end this.
Yes. Depression. Goodbye, everybody. Please do not die.
Wait, Opalia never set her goals for art.
Yes. What are your art goals, Opalia?
My art goals is to kind of live off my art since I can have more time to spend with people and like be freelance, you know? And one of my goals is actually to make my own visual novel because it was like a childhood dream of mine to make my own manga at first. And I still am working on that with my friend, and since she matters a lot to me, that visual novel matters a lot to me. So my dream is to finish it. Yay.
You guys should probably start drawing pages for it.
Oh, we are already doing that.
Oh, nice.
I'm so happy. I want to read it. Opalia, send me the pages.
No.
I want to see it and steal it.
Definitely not to Coen.
Oh.
If you steal it, I do not want you to steal.
Why not?
Don't steal my poses.
It'll be free exposure.
Don't steal my color palette.
I will make my own color palette. That's my art goal. And no one is allowed to use it until I say so.
Yeah, my goal is to patent a color palette. My goal is to patent a color. I just want to own a color. That's my ultimate art goal.
Is that your ultimate art goal?
My ultimate art goal is to own a color. That way, anyone who ever uses that color in their illustrations or really anywhere will have to pay me.
Oh, then you need to pick like perfect white or something.
I copyright the rainbow.
Well, guess I will never draw again. I copyright the grayscale.
You copyright all values.
I copyright the entire spectrum of radiation, including color, gamma radiation, and everything else.
guys,
But
question.
can I quickly? You can cut this out. But can I quickly just make us realize that the Christian guy in our group just said he wants to own the rainbow at Pride Month.
We
Hey.
stan. We
We
stan.
Okay, sure.
Wait, I just realized if you could copyright art, and we've established everything is art, you would own everything.
Damn.
This is my property.
You walk into someone's house, they're like, hey, you can't come in here. They're like, was this built at one point? Yes. All right, this is my house. Just continue doing what you were doing. I just wanted to watch some TV.
That would be like the best freaking superhero ever. Like he has a superpower to
His
own
name is
everything.
Businessman.
Like he doesn't even buy that. He just legally owns everything, and no one can explain why. Like when they look at the ownerships, they realize that he actually owns it every time, and he doesn't actually bother anyone. He's just there, and he owns everything.
He'll walk into a house and be like, this is my house, and then he'll show them the lease, and he's like, no, actually I own it, but you can keep living in it. I just wanted to grab a snack.
Hey, can I come here? I'm kind of feeling sad. Sure, but it's our house. Well, no.
Businessman is a great hero / villain.
I think he is an anti-hero.
He just is indifferent.
That's hilarious.
Businessman's villain is communist man.
Or maybe it's just a freaking. We're getting into politics now. Maybe he's just a socialist that's just really bothered by the fact that he owns everything.
Anyways, guys, we're going on too much of a side tangent. We're going to talk about as soon as the episode is over. Coen, cue the outro.
Well, wait, I think we should. Oh yeah, Coen, just kind of recap everything that we said. And
I honestly won't be able to tell you.
Not everything. Just be like, yeah, we answered some questions today.
Okay,
That's
guys.
exactly how
Today
we talk.
on this episode of Art Friends, we answered some questions off of Yahoo. Yeah.
Okay, guys, so in today's episode we answered some questions of Yahoo. Maybe for the next episode you want to ask some questions in the comment section. So we can do this again with questions that are not a decade old. Decade. I cannot even English.
Isn't it deep that the word decade kind of sounds like decay?
That's so deep.
Anyways, guys, this was the week's episode of Art. I hope you liked this. If you liked it, please leave us a like. If you loved it, please give us a subscribe. And we will see you next time.
Yes, ask some questions in the comments. See you soon.
We won't answer them next time, but probably eventually.
Wash your hands,
Yep,
wear your
hopefully-
seatbelt, and be hygienic.
Bye. Have a good
See
day.
See ya.
But I think really anything that's made ever is art.
I am art.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Coda, was that a flirt?
Damn. It was so smooth.
What a good pickup line.
Hey, are you
know,
art?
think
Because I
about
wouldn't. I feel kind of drawn to you.
Hey.
it.
Let's go back to my place for some figure drawing.
Oh my. Oh my.
Are you
Coda.
saying we're going to draw white on black?